Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome to my film and TV channel. I hope you enjoy what I've got for you today, and please check out as you're watching this little links on screen as well for different things on my Facebook and Twitter, and of course my football channel as well. And please, all your comments are very welcome. Just let us know and push that subscribe button. Don't forget, please push the subscribe button. Make sure your notifications set to public as well if you want to know when these vlogs are coming out. Push that notification button as well. So anyway, please enjoy. Right, we're going to have a review of a film called Respect. Yes, a long one again. You know me, a long duration films, but here we go. 145 minutes, 2 hours 25 minutes. It's 12A. Budget $55 million. I mean, they seem to be reducing the budgets these days, probably because of all this COVID thing, having to watch the old pennies, aren't they? Of course, it's a biographical musical drama film based on the life of Aretha Franklin, of course, the very famous American singer. Directed by Liesl Tommy. This is her feature directorial debut from a screenplay by Tracy Scott Wilson. It stars a whole host. You got Jennifer Hudson as Aretha, Sky Dakota Turner as the young Aretha, but she does a great job as well. Forrest Whitaker as Aretha's father, Marlon Wayans as Ted White, Aretha's abusive husband and manager, Audra McDonald as Barbara Siggers Franklin, Aretha's mother, Mark Maron as Jerry Wexler, Albert Jones as Ken Cunningham, Titus Burgess as James Cleveland, Seiken Sengblow as Irma Franklin, Aretha's older sister, Aretha's younger sister is played by Hayley Gilgore, Tate Donovan as John Hammond, Mary J. Blige as Dina Washington, real diva, Kelvin Hare as Sam Cooke, Heather Headley as Clara Ward, and Lodrick D. Collins as Smokey Robinson, no less. And Gilbert Glenn Brown as Martin Luther King Jr. How could I forget Martin Luther King Jr.? My apologies, Gilbert. Yep, the critique and scores as at the 12th of September at 9 p.m. This is 9 p.m. UK time. Rotten Tomatoes, it holds an approval rating. That's a positivity rating of 67%. That's based on 161 reviews. And overall, has an average rating of 6.3 out of 10. So it's okay, not fantastic, but 6.3 out of 10. Of that 161 reviews, 108 are fresh and 53 are rotten. Robert Daniels from the New York magazine Vulture is rotten. He says, Tommy's threadbare hodgepodge of bad impressions, gratuitous filmmaking, and even worse depictions of mental health isn't even a shadow of the real natural woman. Anne Hornaday, she's fresh though on this. Washington Post, as a platform for Hudson's prodigious gifts and as a vehicle through which to experience Aretha's again, it not only gets the job done, but it gains in potency and feeling. And the consensus reads, all the heads put together, their summation of this film. This standard issue biopic falls shy of its subject's transcendent brilliance, but Jennifer Hudson's starring performance absolutely commands respect, as hence the film. Audience, yep, well, the audience quite like it. 4.7 out of 5, so that's over 9. 9.4 out of 10, isn't it? If you pro-rata it up to out of 10. So that's quite impressive, the Rotten Tomatoes audience. But I say, we go on to Metacritic. They're a bit similar to Rotten Tomatoes, not as overly impressed as obviously the Rotten Tomatoes audience. Metacritic, an average score of 62 out of 100, so a couple down on the Rotten Tomatoes critics. That's based on 40 critics as well, and it's a score anywhere between 40 and 100 out of 100. So there are people who love it, but as you know me, I don't believe hundreds out of hundreds anyway. But just a middle of the road one here. IndieWire's Kate Erbland gave it 50 out of 100 and said, so much respect is about Aretha wanting more and so desiring to work for it. And it's disheartening that this well-meaning exploration of her legacy seems doomed to inspire that same hunger in its audience. Yeah, I agree with parts of that. Movie Nation's Roger Moore, we like a bit of Roger Moore, don't we? 75 out of 100, so he quite liked it. And he said, stately as it is, Respect never quite becomes a great film, but Hudson, Whitaker, McDonald, Burgess and Maron ensure it's never less than an entertaining one, a musical biography that gives the Queen of Soul her royal due. Yeah, so there you go. He was probably, from the critics, he's probably in a bit of a minority, to be honest with you. Internet Movie Database, well, Joe Public, you, me, the guys who've gone to the cinema to watch this. Again, not unsimilar, not dissimilar to what we've seen from the critics, apart from that Rotten Tomatoes audience one. 6.6 out of 10, based on 4,445 reviews and scores. And of that 4,445, a healthy 3,516 did score it 6 or more. So that's not too bad at all. So not wild, is it? It's not. It's not a wild look at it. As I say, it's hard to know with the Rotten. They sort of seem to be the odd ones out, the Rotten Tomato audience. But there's plenty of reviews. But as I say, they did seem to like it. But as you know, you go onto Internet Movie Database, and they're very similar to the critics. Right, my little thoughts. Yeah, this film. Yeah, it's long. And it felt that way for me as well, which is a shame. Sometimes you have a long film and it zooms past because there's some good stuff in it. Hudson, of course, excels in what she does best, which is singing. I'm not totally convinced on the acting. It was not the easiest role to take on, and to ask Hudson to say that on was something else. But I say she did an okay job, but I wouldn't say she's brilliant. But obviously, as far as singing, all right, when you listen to the original Aretha Franklin, yeah, not quite up there with that. But yeah, she did an excellent job. I do get the feeling that within this long runtime, it just wasn't as interesting as it should and could have been. To be honest with you, I think it could have been a little bit darker and a bit more informative. I just found it just lacked something. I think one of the critics said a similar thing in one of those reviews before. I kept comparing it, very rightly or wrongly, with obviously I've not seen it for a little while, but the Tina Turner film, of course, What's Love Got to Do with It? I always sort of kept thinking back to that. As I say, it has been a while, but I just think this came up a little bit short, even allowing for the fact that, all these years later, we have got the ability now to tell the stories just a little bit better, I thought, than at the time when What's Love Got to Do with It came out. But I just felt there was an even better story to tell here, perhaps than that. But obviously, I think we just missed it a little bit. It's a good watch. Don't get me wrong. It was certainly a good watch, but not a great watch. I think someone said before it's not a great film, and I have to agree. It's a good watch. It's an okay watch, but it's certainly not a great watch. It's it doesn't keep you on the edge of your seat. It told a good story when it could have told a great story. So again, that's the difference, I think. I mean, we've had some good music biographies recently, haven't we? We've had, I enjoyed the Elton John one. I enjoyed the Queen one. Some people didn't. I mean, there was even a Bowie one that I quite enjoyed that most people panned. But and previously, I'd enjoyed obviously the Judy one, which again could have been better, but I did enjoy that one. And going further back, I can think the brilliant films, in my opinion, of Walk the Line and Ray. Obviously, to compare it to those two, it's well below that sort of standard. But I did find this just a little bland in comparison, I say, with certainly with those last couple of films mentioned as well. And I'd say I think they missed a trick with this one. I think there's a lot more there than we didn't quite get it. It just touched upon things, and as I say, I think Hudson did a good enough job, but probably maybe better having a slightly better actress or more experienced actress who's perhaps, obviously for singing wise, we could have obviously dubbed that, couldn't we, or whatever, and just gone for that. But obviously, there was a lot of singing, so she did the job well. There's some nice tunes, some great tunes, obviously, but as I say, perhaps it went the wrong way with this, in my humble opinion, anyway. But I will give it a watchable rating. I'm not going to go a downer on it. As I said, it was an okay, good watch. It just wasn't a great watch, unfortunately. So I'm going to give it a basic watchable score of 6 out of 10, anyway. So if you get to watch this and let me know what you think. There's a lovely piece at the end of the film where they have Aretha Franklin, obviously in the latter stages of a life, doing one of the famous songs, and that sort of puts everything into context really when you listen to that at the end. But there you go. Anyway, 6 out of 10. Let me know what you think if you get to watch this film called Respect. Anyway, thanks for watching. What are you going to do the rest of the day? Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Till we meet here again on the Film and TV channel, or perhaps have a look across at my football channel, my Citizen channel for my football team, Manchester City. Whatever it is, I only ever ask one thing. Please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.